Hello everybody, it's Geno. I'm here to talk to you guys about the stuff I like talking about. And today that happens to be how most of us get stuck in a 9 to 5 that we don't want. And by us, I mean us young people. Anybody under 35, I think you understand the hill that we're up against, the feeling of something being so insurmountable that we can't do anything about it. Houses are too expensive, we can't buy them. Our parents and our grandparents, by our age, I'm 28, had like 15 kids and a mega mansion and a plot of land and a bunch of other stuff. Inflation's done away with that, unfortunately. And it seems that the corporations don't give a shit, which is fine, I guess. So what's left? And for most people it seems to be some sort of a internet creation. Some form of entrepreneurship that can give us a winning edge, a competing edge. And I, for one, have done something similar. I graduated from college in 2019 at USC as an industrial engineer, and that was great and fine when I joined a company, General Atomics, in San Diego, California, working on drones. That was cool until I, busted my behind, and then they gave me a meets expectations, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Why? And they said, well, we don't have the money to give raises this year. Okay, that's fine, but that has nothing to do with me, right? Or my ability or the value that I bring to the company, I thought. But it didn't matter. It didn't matter. All's well that ends well in love and war. So I went and got a bunch of Lean Six Sigma certifications, became a master black belt, applied to a leadership position within General Dynamics, hence the shirt that I still have. I'm not with them anymore, but landed a position with them in San Diego, huge bump at the age of 22, 23, something like that. And that was great. And then I felt like they were stifling my career, and then I jumped ship again within 9 months to a cannabis company in Vegas by the name of Planet 13. Joined as an interim director of operational excellence, which is basically industrial engineering for the company. And they told me, you got 6 months to put up or shut up, and then I put up and I actually performed. They made me full-time director of operational excellence. And long story short, after 3 years with them, or 2 years, they moved me to Florida for a bigger job to oversee partial and then eventually the whole operation over there. And it was a big deal. It was a big deal, but I finally have arrived at what I'd argue most of you should. And what is that, Geno? Great question, everybody. That is entrepreneurship. If you don't own the thing, you're gonna work until you're dead. The end. There's no way out of this. At least no other one that I've found. If you guys have found something, let me know. But basically, I have figured out that if you do not own equity, stocks, investments, crypto, ownership of a business, owning real estate, if you don't own things, man, you're boned, right? Because what ends up happening is the government just inflates your money away, and those $100,000 you saved over the course of, I don't know, 5 years, 10 years, that's worth like $25,000 by the time the 10 years are through. It's 2025 right now. If I saved 100 grand over the next 10 years, in 2035, that 100 grand would probably be worth like 30 grand, maybe 25, right? If I'm lucky, 50K, half the value, gone, poof, gone forever. So the only way out of this is to work for yourself, realistically. And now I guess it's easier than ever. Everybody has a YouTube channel, everybody's got their own personal brand, everybody's selling you some courses. I'm not gonna sell you any courses. Oh, I'm not gonna sell you any courses. Anyway, I've just been having this on my mind. There is an answer, young people like me. There is an answer. I'm headed the right way. I can't tell you everything, but I am starting a business here in San Diego, cannabis related, with a partner, and it's going. You're never ready for everything, I can tell you that, but